What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to quickly show you how to do an oil change on your 2020 Jeep Gladiator. I'll show you all the steps and all the tools needed, so let's get started with it. First thing you'll need is a 24mm socket, a socket extender. It's a 1/2 inch, so that is going to be to take off the oil filter, and then you're going to need a 13mm socket as well, and that's to take off the bolts on the bottom for your oil to come out. And for me specifically, I have a skid plate, so I will need one of these. I already took it out. It's a 45 size for the skid plate, and you take that off so you can take the oil and drain it. You definitely want to make sure that you have a catch pan, at least 6 quarts, because this truck holds 5, I believe. And then you don't need this if you have steady hands, but just to mitigate the spilling of the oil in the engine, I'm going to be using this. And you can use any oil filter you want, but it's recommended that you use the Mopar M0-349. And obviously you're going to need your oil, so 0W-20, and it's going to be full synthetic. So one thing that to note really quick, so if you do your oil changes and you have a warranty and you don't want to void it, so you have to meet or exceed a certain type of oil. So you can easily do this by checking on the back of it. Formulated to meet or exceed Chrysler MS6395. So if that's listed on the back, you're good to go, so that when you do file your claim for your warranty, they can see that the exact oil that they need, or it meets or exceeds the standards that they want, so you don't void the warranty, because that's pretty important.
So the first thing you want to do is get underneath the truck, and you want to grab your catch pan and undo the bolt that is going to let out your oil.
Now that we have drained the oil on the bottom, while we let that finish, so I'm going to show you guys the 3 components or 3 areas that you're going to need to touch on. So right here is your engine oil cap. That's where you're going to pour the oil. This right here is the engine filter that you need to unscrew here in just a second. And then right over here, this is your oil dipstick. So right now we don't need to do anything with the oil dipstick. Okay, so now while that's draining, we're going to go ahead and change the filter on the oil. So I'm going to take my 24mm and go ahead and unscrew this guy here. So now that you have the filter out, you're going to grab it at one end here, and all you're going to do is just pop it out like so. And you might have oil spillage, so make sure you have a cloth nearby. So as you can see there, when I place the old one there, and the next thing you want to do is you'll see this oil rubber seal right there. So you're going to take a small pick like so here, going to place it in there, and you're just going to take that out, because that is the old one. Now we're going to take the new engine filter and we're going to take that out, and it should be matching. See the difference right there? And then with your new filter, you're actually going to get a new ring seal. So what you're going to want to do is just make sure that's lubed up. So we're just going to put that right there. Just pretty much grab any residue that you can find anywhere, and we're going to just grab that and make sure that this seal is just lubed all the way around. There, just make sure it's extra, and you're going to put it back on the oil here. So there, make sure you use this, and boom, it's just all the way around, and just put it back where it was. There. So once that oil seal is all said and done, you're just going to pop this back in this end, so you're going to put it right there. And you want to make sure that you hear that pop, so I'll do it again here, right there. And just to make sure, I will just wiggle it around so it doesn't come loose, and that's how you know it is completely intact. And then you want to take some oil again and just make sure that you kind of just put some around the tip there. So that is it for the oil filter. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put this back onto the truck. Now that you have the oil filter all installed back onto here, we're going to put it back to where it was. So we're going to simply put it back like so. And you want to make sure that you don't thread this the wrong way. So do it nice and slow on there. Make sure that it locks the right way. And you can normally tell if it's going to be threaded wrong because something will feel off, and you know it's right when it just comes on easily. So now that I have there, we're going to do that finger tight as much as you can, and we're going to grab your 24 socket again. And you just want to tighten it. You don't have to tighten it too much. You don't want to go crazy with it. So, because next time you change the oil, you don't want to make it insanely difficult to take off. So that should be good right there. That's pretty good. Okay, so alright guys, so now that we have the oil filter put back into place and screwed on, we're going to go back down to the bottom of the truck, and we want to make sure that all the oil is drained, and we're going to put the bolt back on before we pour the oil or the new oil in there. Otherwise it's just going to pull right back out. Yeah, so now we got the bolt tightened down on the bottom. Next thing we're going to do is go to the oil cap. We're going to go ahead and remove that. Simple as that. And you can usually do this without the funnel, but my Jeep sits pretty high, so just to make sure I don't spill anything and I want to get every bit of oil in there, I'm going to use a funnel. I'm going to open up the oil here. So this should take about 5 quarts, which this has. It's about 1.25 gallons. Now with a funnel, you still want to be pretty careful. So let's see here if I can get that going. Oh, I spilled a little bit. Right. Okay. That should be good. Go ahead and make sure that the cap is on and it is sealed tight on there. There we go. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the dipstick out, and I'm going to clean off the old oil residue on there and check the levels. Now that it's all clear, just going to reinsert. There we go. See if it'll autofocus. It's autofocusing. So man, wife will manually autofocus that. And you can see how much clearer the oil is. Not really. There, here we go. Maybe that. Anyways, if you can't see, it's a good thing. It's new oil in there. It's pretty dark compared to the last one. Okay, so next thing. Okay, so after you guys have done all the steps, you just want to make sure and just check your work. Check all the seals and make sure that it is tight and threaded correctly. I just got back from driving down the road here and just making sure that the oil gets recirculated. So I rechecked all my seals again and make sure that nothing was leaking or anything wonky going on down there. So it was all good to go. Now thank you guys so much for checking out the video. I hope this has helped many of you. It is such an easy process and it saves you quite a bit of money from going to the dealership. So thank you guys again for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe as it helps the channel grow. We have a goal here, or I have a goal here to get to, let's just say 5,000 by the end of the year. I'm going to be putting out more videos for you guys, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. Keep tuning in.